Good morning, guys. I thought I'd just give you a quick 5-minute introduction on how to use folders in Gmail. Now, Gmail doesn't really use folders. It uses something called labeling. It works exactly the same as folders. It's just slightly more versatile. If we have a look at this inbox, in my inbox here, you'll see there's one mail that's come in. It has this little gray label over here, and that label means it's labeled inbox. Everything else that's come into my inbox is labeled inbox. The filter is automatically applied to it, and the label is attached that says inbox. If I wanted to perhaps add another label, and this is the thing about labeling, you can add multiple labels to the same email, saying appear in inbox and in this other folder as well. So this first email over here from Boosie, I'm just going to apply a label to. I'm just going to call it student stuff. Okay, I'm going to create a new label. There's no label called student stuff yet. Create that label. Nesting means, do you want it under the inbox? Do you want it in another folder? Do you want it on a junk mail? Right, I'm just going to leave it where it is for the moment. I'll put it at the top of the hierarchy, and I'm going to create that label. Right, so now you'll see that Boosie's email over here now has two labels attached to it. So it labels as in the inbox, and thus it reflects in the inbox. It's labeled as student stuff, and thus it appears under student stuff as well. I can use those labels to manage my mail and how it comes in. But to attach a label to every mail is time consuming. So you could, if you were running only 5 or 6 labels, you could maybe attach them as they come in. You could perhaps take this inbox off, and it'll move from the inbox and be reflected only in student stuff, because that's the only label attached to it. Right. Or you could select mails. I'm going to use Matric Breakfast down here. If I wanted to apply a label to Matric Breakfast for every email that came in about the Matric Breakfast and filter it as it came through, I'm going to set up a specific label for that, but I'm going to apply a filter to it before it comes in. So I'm using labeling with filtering. Right, so I'd like to filter messages like these. Okay, I'm not going to use Sonia's email address. I'd like to make sure it has the subject Matric Breakfast. Right. You could use an email address. If the emails all coming from one person, you could search the subject. You can also put words that are contained in the email. You can add dates, but for the moment I'm just going to use Matric Breakfast to create my filter. Right, so I'm going to click here to create the filter for that search. Right, it's already found 2 emails. It says also apply a filter to the 2 matching messages. So it's already found 2 emails that match a Matric Breakfast label. And what do I want to do with those? When they come in, do you want to skip the inbox? Yeah, I think I'll skip the inbox. I want to apply a label to it. Have I got a Matric Breakfast label? No. Right, so new label, Matric Breakfast. Cool. Okay, not going to nest it. I'm just going to create that. Okay, apply a label Matric Breakfast to it. I'm not going to forward it. I'd like to keep it. I'm not going to delete it, not mark as spam, not going to put it in a category, but I am, however, going to apply it to the emails that match right now in my inbox. And any additional emails that come in with the subject Matric Breakfast will instantly go into that, and will be instantly filtered out and that label applied. And when I need to find them, I just click on Matric Breakfast. So let's create that filter. Alright, it finds those 2 messages, takes them out of my inbox, creates a new label for them, Matric Breakfast, and it moves the mail over there. Alright. Once you've created this label and filtering, you might find later on that you want to manage it. You can go here to Settings, open your settings up, click on Labels to have a look at the different labels that you may have set. You can see there's some set by default. I've set 1 or 2 over here. One for IEB messages, those pesky messages come in, make sure they go into a separate sum for rugby, student correlation, There's my Matric Breakfast. Okay, I can show and hide it. I also have created filter to go with Matric Breakfast, and that appears under the filter tab over here. You can see there's the Matric Breakfast. I want to skip inbox, apply label, and move to that folder. If I wish to get rid of that, I can click on now and edit or delete it if I find that it's not working for me. Or head over here, hide or show it, or remove label so that I don't want to see it anymore. Great. I hope that helps. Cheers.